Hi everyone! If you watch my channel regularly, you may already know that I recently moved and have been slowly furnishing and decorating our new place. Which means I've been spending a lot of time stalking the aisles of the thrift store, scouring Facebook Marketplace. And I have acquired many treasures, many home goods. Yes, I have also picked up some new clothes and wardrobe items along the way, and also just some random fun items that defy categorization. So of course, I am overdue for a collective thrift haul showing you all the clothing and accessories I bought since my last one. And even more exciting to me at the moment, I am also going to show you all the delightful and whimsical home decor I have gotten for our new place, all secondhand. First, one of the most enchanting items I have found, I think, and this also defies categorization a little bit. We have this little wooden deer guy who's also a little box, a vessel of sorts. Look at this thing. This guy was actually the first thing I bought in anticipation of our new place. I just saw him at the thrift store and was like, he must be mine. Look at him, a treasure, a precious gift. He's everything to me. Did I have a use or vision in mind when I got him? No, but that's not the point. He just spoke to me. Look at those eyes. He was staring into my soul with those things. The insides of him also seem to be like a little charred or something. I don't know. I cleaned him out. I think he's good to go now, but I wonder if this was used outdoors to hold like firewood, but we are using him indoors. And then once we had him in here, we were trying to come up with a use for him. My boyfriend, who I live with, suggested that this guy could carry his poetry books, which is such an adorable and genuinely practical use. It's perfect. So that's his role now in our household. I took the books out to show you, but now you can also see him carrying his little library. Should I just keep him here for the rest of the video? I feel like he should be supervising. Okay, the next thing was actually a Facebook Marketplace find. Another item I did not have a particular need or use for, but when I saw these, I just couldn't resist. It's this set of 6 gorgeous placemats and cloth napkins that match. 6 of each. They're literally never used as far as I can tell. They were still in the packaging when I got them. And the person had them listed for $7 total. So you see why I couldn't turn them down. Look how beautiful these are. This is like so my taste in textiles. I would totally wear this as like a dress or a blouse or something too. I love them. They're so pretty. And my boyfriend also loved them and was like, those are gorgeous. You should get them. So that really enabled me. Sorry, I'm talking about my boyfriend a lot in this video. It's like with the home goods, he's more relevant because he also lives here. Not to center a man in a Peep World video. I would never. We've actually been leaving these out set up at our little dining table, just like a placemat and a little napkin at each place, just as like part of the decor of our apartment. And I've been loving it. It adds such a nice finished styled look to the room. And it also makes us feel more motivated to actually sit down and eat at the table instead of on the couch or something. Would recommend. Maybe these were more practical than I expected. I feel like they're improving our habits. Okay, next we have a bunch of faux plants. I have some real plants as well, and I love them. But for bigger plants, if I can find fake ones secondhand, that's a little more practical. The first one actually isn't that big or exciting. It's just this fake pothos plant from a generic thrift store. It was like a couple bucks at most, and we were looking for more greenery and more plants to decorate our space. So I thought I could find a good spot for this one on top of like a shelf or something. This is also like kind of a lackluster fake plant. I mean, it's not bad, but you can tell I got this one first because the ones I ended up finding later are way better. Like the next one, which was too big to bring in here to show you. This entire 6-foot tall fake tree for $10. This was another Facebook Marketplace find, and the key to finding this was checking Facebook Marketplace repeatedly, day to day, until a steal showed up. Because like every day on there, you can get a good price on a big fake plant, a much better price than you would get buying new. But every once in a while, you find an incredible price, like this one. Granted, this thing was clearly made at least 2 decades ago. If you look closely, it is certainly not the most convincing fake tree I've ever seen, but in the corner, it does the job quite well, dare I say. Then I also got this guy back here and this one right here, both for $15 each, also from Facebook Marketplace. And even that was a great price for the size of these. They're smaller than the big tree, but they're also clearly much newer and much more realistic. So I appreciate the freshness that this adds. And then I also just thrifted these little basket planters to put them in because I thought these had a nicer vibe than the plain black that it comes with, which also makes it a little more obviously fake. Okay, next we have some artwork. These are from a local like thrift/antique shop. And are these not just the most darling, most charming, whimsical thing you've ever seen? These are so cute. Oh my gosh, when I saw these and thought of hanging them like just on a little nook in our kitchen, I was like, I can't imagine something more perfect. They literally look like they would be art in Animal Crossing or something. They're cross-stitched, they've got a little bread and a little butter and a little cheese and grapes, the little gingham tablecloth, the color palette, the cross-stitch texture, everything about these is just delightful. These were $2 each, and yeah, I wasn't looking for kitchen art, but I just could not bring myself to leave without them. Next, we have something I literally just got yesterday. It is this wooden tray. It has little handles. It has these little divider sections. I have a few uses in mind for a tray like this. Could like corral stuff in the kitchen. It could be like a drawer or closet organizer. I also have literally zero counter space in my current bathroom, so I was thinking I could like set this on top of the sink to function as a counter when I need to do my makeup and stuff. I don't know, a few different options in mind, but I'm sure this will be useful for one of them. And I just like it stylistically, aesthetically. Okay, next up we have a candle. It is this little owl guy. Isn't he fun? I just thought this guy was cool. I love an owl. I love a fun candle. I feel like I'm always admiring fun, funky candles in places like Anthropologie or even like the Target home decor section, you know? But then I never buy them because like for purchases that are truly just like for fun, just because it's cute, it's not a functional need, I really try to only shop secondhand. So it's fun to get one of those little fun, whimsical items that you don't need but you just want at the thrift store. You can really fulfill that same impulse there. And look at him. I love him. I love a fun little guy, as you can see, a little creature. I'm realizing there are actually more creatures to come in this video. Oh, and then the little candle holder that he's in was actually a hand-me-down from my aunt. I'll show some more stuff from her later. I love this little antique-y vibe, and I thought, you know, the single candle holder was perfect for a singular creature such as this. Okay, this next item, not that exciting, but I just needed like a little entryway table basket for like my keys and my wallet and stuff. And I thought this one was quite charming. It was about the right size, and I like that it has this unique shape to it. I like the woven texture, the sort of contrast of different colors. I just thought it was cool. A slightly more unique take on a little entryway table, and it's been functioning very well for that. Next, we've got sort of a candle accessory. It is this set of two little star-shaped taper candle holders. These do have some melted wax in them that I should probably clean out, but aren't they so cute? I love them. I feel like these would be adorable anytime, but I especially had Christmas in mind for them. I feel like stars are a great like slightly subtle sort of holiday season motif. I don't know, I'm like weirdly excited about Christmas this year. Weird for me because I'm not usually like this far in advance, but I think it's because we're finally living back in Wisconsin where our families are, which also means we won't be traveling at Christmas time, so we'll get to actually be in our own place over the holidays. So I'm like really excited to decorate for the first time. That said, I'm into like a subtler holiday decorations, things that maybe could be decorative year round, but create a little extra festive atmosphere. Then to go with my candle holders, I also just thrifted some taper candles. I've got red and white ones in here. And then my aunt, who gave me that other little candle holder, also gave me some white and green candles. There's more candle paraphernalia to come. We love candles in this house. On the topic of Christmas, I did also get two explicitly Christmas items. What can I say? I'm excited. I'm ready to prep for the holidays. I think thinking about it is also like really the only thing that's going to get me through this dark, cold season. We find the joy and whimsy where we can. Firstly, on the theme of cute, kitschy candles, I thrifted this little candle that looks like a vintage ribbon Christmas candy. I love this. I love the look of this like ribbon Christmas candy. It is so charming to me. And again, this is the kind of thing I would normally see and impulsively want in like a trendy store, but you really can find that same thrill and whimsy secondhand. And maybe even a higher level of thrill and whimsy. So I'm excited to have this out during Christmas time. And then, wait, hold on. I forgot the other Christmas item. Where are you? Wrapping paper. I got it. This is a practical Christmas item. I also thrifted this wrapping paper. I love to do this if I can. There are often really fun, funky, unique, sort of retro looking wrapping paper tubes at the thrift store. And something about this one really called to me. It feels sort of subtle, but still festive. It also kind of reminds me of like the Christmas aesthetics of my childhood, sort of 2000s coded. Something about this is so whimsical to me. Okay, now we just have a couple sort of miscellaneous items. I guess you could say they're like DIY / craft supplies, items to use to make home decor. Firstly, we have this big, beautiful frame with this very cute pink mat in it. This feels very solid. It's in pretty great condition for a frame at the thrift store. Love the mat. Honestly, I got this thinking it would fit a particular artwork I already have, but it turns out this frame is too big. So now I just have this, but I am feeling inspired to make some art to go in here. I love making art. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I also don't do it nearly enough these days. So this is a great incentive to do so. I'm looking forward to it. Then I also thrifted these little tassels because I don't know, I saw them at the thrift store and I thought I could find a fun use for them. I do need to do something to like straighten out the actual little tassel part. I'll figure it out. But I was thinking maybe I could string some beads onto these and then like hang them off doorknobs, but with like beads along here. It could be a Christmas thing or it could be a year-round thing. I don't know yet. We'll see. I just saw them and was inspired to craft. So we will find a crafty use for these. All right, now we're gonna get into some clothes. This is every like wardrobe item I have bought since my last collective thrift haul like 4 months ago, except a couple of things I got in a thrift with me video this fall. Firstly, the most exciting clothing item, I think. This incredible blue jacket. This is like, I don't know, like I didn't even know I was dreaming of this until I found it. This feels like something someone would design specifically for me and my style. I love the color. I love the texture and detail, but it's also versatile because it's, you know, solid blue. It can go with so many things. I love the shape and cut on me. It's like boxy, but not too oversized. It's the perfect length. It's originally Chico's, which I feel like always has like the perfect sort of boxy jackets that hit right at the hip. It's lined, so that also makes it a little more substantive, and I just love everything about this. Strangely, I actually haven't gotten to wear this yet, I haven't worn it yet. I think because my whole wardrobe was just very disorganized from moving, I was really defaulting to certain simple things that I knew I had access to. So this got lost in the shuffle a little bit, but I might actually wear this today after I film this video. For the rest of my day out in the world. This feels just so quintessentially my style. All right, next up we have this bright red long skirt. I really wanted a solid bright red bottom option for my outfits. Honestly, inspired by Pinterest because I kept seeing outfits with bright red skirts or pants on there and I was like, I want that. So when I found this at the thrift store, I was like, kind of a perfect fit, exactly what I had in mind. The color's great, the shape is also great. I love that it is not fitted to the body, but also not too voluminous. It has a nice flowiness to it, especially along the hemline. It's also very comfy, stretchy fabric, and an elastic waistband. And you know, I got this kind of at the tail end of summer, thinking a bit more for summer, but it's also now occurring to me, bright red, also great for the holiday season. I mean, obviously you can wear any color in any season, but the seasonal application of this bright red is making me even more excited now to wear this in winter because I was thinking of it as more of a summer item, but it really doesn't have to be. That's exciting. Next, we have more of an accessory. I had been wanting a classic red cotton bandana for months. And so when I found this one at the thrift store for like $1 or $2, had to snatch it up. I just think this is such a great classic accessory. It has so many applications. You can wear it in your hair, triangle style, which I do all the time. You can tie it to your bag, which I also do all the time with scarves. And you can also wear it tied around your neck, which is a style I've been getting into more and I'm excited to play around with, especially in the colder weather. This is just super classic, super versatile, and I think this will be a great, like an unexpected workhorse asset in my wardrobe. All right, next we have a bag, and I actually got this sort of at the end of summer as well. It is just this black straw shoulder bag. I love the shape and texture of this. I love that it's got these little gold hoops and then the straps are black rope. I love that it's this woven straw, but then it's black instead of typical straw color, which just makes it feel a little more interesting, you know, a little more unique and also a little more versatile. Because straw reads kind of spring summer, but then black reads more fall winter. So I think that makes this work year round. I actually got this shortly after mentioning these straw bags in a recent video of trends I'm passing on because I was saying how this just wasn't really my thing. I didn't love the shape and the straw color just doesn't particularly speak to me. And then when I found this at the thrift store, I was like, this is exactly a version of the straw bag that does feel like me. And I've already gotten so much wear out of it, even just like in the tail end of summer, early fall. I know I can wear it around the year. And I just love that it is so versatile and neutral, but also has such great interest and dimension through the texture and the little details. Okay, next up we have some jewelry, starting with this red beaded necklace. I had been wanting a small red beaded necklace, basically exactly like this. And then I found it at the Georgetown flea market in DC for $10. This was just before I moved, and I was like, this is perfect. I actually got this necklace without the charm on it. It was just the plain beaded necklace, and that's a style I like, but I like it more if it falls higher up on my neck, whereas for the length of this necklace on me, which falls a little more down on the chest, I prefer there to be some sort of centerpiece, some sort of focal point with a little charm or pendant. But then more recently here in Milwaukee, I was at a local jewelry shop that had some charms, including this little articulated fish charm, which is so cute. I love this guy. I was looking for a charm for this necklace. I love a fish motif. So I was sold. And I also actually really love that the charm is silver, but the beads in between the red are gold, because now it has this sort of intentional mixed metal effect. And I feel like I can wear it with all other metals. And also so fun that this is like a little connection during this transitional time from old to new. Necklace from the flea market in DC, charm from a local shop in Milwaukee. I like that it holds both of those personal connections in one item. Then also at the Georgetown flea market in DC, I got 3 pairs of earrings. I think I actually just showed these in my recent fashion I'm loving for fall video, but it was just a quick little reference, so I wanted to give them their full moment here. I mentioned in that video that I'm really into more small ornate detail and texture right now, and that's something I wanted more of in my earrings. So I got these 3 pairs. First, these silver tassel ones. They also have what looks like sort of a Celtic knot design. Then I got these chunky little gold studs that look like macaroni noodles a little bit. That wasn't my intention, but I don't mind it. These I got because I really wanted some more chunky gold earrings that were more of a stud versus a dangle, that still had a little more texture and detail to them. And then I also got these little circle ones because, again, I wanted some more chunky stud gold earrings that still had a little more ornate interest to them. So I appreciate the sort of subtle, funky variation that these add to my jewelry collection and my outfits. Then finally, this is not actually jewelry, but I just have to show you. Also, while I was at that flea market, I got this little egg, and this egg opens up and you can hold your jewelry in there. Isn't that so cool and fun and just delightfully whimsical and ornate for no reason? I love it. Also, I was at this flea market the weekend before I was moving away from Maryland, and I was feeling really enabled to just get things that normally I'd be like, I don't need that. But I was like, but it's a fun little memento from my time living here. And then when I'm back in Wisconsin, I can be like, yes, these are all my cool belongings from all the cool markets and local artisans that I acquired while I lived in DC. So yeah, listen, I simply required egg. Okay, our final chapter of this video is just some cool home stuff I got as hand-me-downs from my aunt, who graciously offered to give me some of her old stuff from storage when I moved back here. So everything else in this video was things I chose and bought with my own money, but these are just some hand-me-downs that I got to sort of pick out of her assorted things she had in storage that she was willing to give up to me. And they're so fun. Okay, firstly, this is a little delicate, so I'm only holding one. Sorry, it's kind of loud. But we have these little gold metallic and crystal candle holders. There are 2 of them. They have these little dangling crystals, and they are just so beautiful and whimsical. I'm trying to hold this so still so it doesn't keep knocking together and making noise. You all know I love antique vintage stuff. As discussed, I love candles, and these are just beautiful and delightful. I love that they have little feet on the bottom. They also have a little bit of a freaky creature vibe, which I appreciate. I did realize one of them is missing the little rim piece, but honestly, I didn't even notice till I got home. It still looks so good, even with the missing piece. So that's fine with me. Next, we have another funky little guy. This little fox holding a bowl, a vessel. This just really spoke to me. I love his silly little vintagey outfit. I love that he's holding this little tray so I can put my keys in there, put some candy in there. I don't know. Something about a little guy, a little creature who is also a vessel. He's sort of in communion with this guy. They're spiritually connected, I think. I love him. So far, he has also been on the entry table holding my keys, which is just delightful. It's like he's bestowing them upon me every time I take them out to go anywhere. I love that. Finally, the last hand-me-down from my aunt is hanging up in the dining room, so I will show you footage of it there. But it is just this cool vintage cat poster. More creatures. Specifically a cat, which we also love. Cool retro looking poster with text on it. Also just a cool vibe. We also have a ton of small art, but we really could use some more bigger art, even just medium sized like this. So I was happy to take this. We had a great spot for it. And I actually Googled this and like the text on it just to see what it was. Some of you may already recognize it because this is actually like a famous poster for a 19th century entertainment establishment called Le Chat Noir. Apparently, it was thought to be the first modern cabaret. It opened in 1881 in Paris. Apparently, in its heyday, it was a bustling nightclub that was part artist salon, part rowdy music hall. And it also had a weekly literary magazine featuring literary writings, news from the cabaret and Montmartre, poetry, and political satire. So I guess this is the actual poster advertising the tour to other cities at that time. So there's some neat little art / decor history for you. And now it feels like we're having like a Parisian touring cabaret coming to our dining room. So that's an extra fun vibe. All right, finally, our last 2 items in this video are just some fashion hand-me-downs, also from my aunt. This video is dedicated to you, Aunt Patty. She was just like, I know you're here for home goods, but do you want this bag? Do you want this vest? And I was like, yeah, I'll take it. So firstly, we have this black sweater vest. This is just something she was getting rid of anyway, and I was like, yeah, I'll probably use that. I might even use it a lot. I don't know. I only have 2 sweater vests, and I do wear them both with relative frequency, especially in the colder months. And I thought black could be nice and versatile. So here we are. Next, we have this black nylon shoulder bag. I also was like, yeah, I'll probably get a good amount of use out of this. I will happily take this off your hands. This feels very like practical city chic to me, which is so my aunt, so on brand for her. It's a great size. It's a great shape. It also has this sort of like drawstring pouch interior, which is great for separating things. And I like how its natural shape is a rectangle, but it also sort of naturally slouches inward. Just a great practical but stylish item. And this is integrated actually unexpectedly seamlessly into my wardrobe. I started using it immediately. I think maybe I was actually kind of in need of more larger bag options without even realizing it. So this has already been quite useful. And finally, our last fashion item is just this fluffy plain black scarf. Another very practical item for life in Milwaukee in the fall and winter. It's nice and long. It's super soft. It'll go with everything. This is like probably more of a utilitarian item for me, but I feel like it also looks so cute and stylish. And it's going to be so nice moving into winter for when I need some warmth, but I still want to look chic. And again, oh, it's so soft. Cannot stress enough. Plus, love the fringe. Great versatile selections we got here. I love it. All right. That's all I got for you. Thank you so much for spending this cozy time with me today. I've enjoyed it very much. I hope you have too. I hope you're cozifying your wardrobe and your house for fall and winter, however you can. I would love to hear your favorite treasures from this video in the comments, of course. For me, it is probably this guy. And I heard if you do leave a comment, watch another video, and subscribe, my little fox guy and my little deer guy will link up psychically and cast a spell that will grant you one wish. Okay, see you next week. Bye.